Hi, I'm Paul with MadCap Software, and in this video, I am going to talk about what is brand new in this release of Flare Online for the end of June 2025. Now, in the previous release, we added some collaborative authoring abilities, but those were just for content files, topics, and snippets, the things you work on most of the time. But as a lot of people already know, there are a lot of other files in a Flare project, including things like conditions and variables and targets. And those are some of the most common project type files that you'll be working with in Flare Online. And so we wanted to add the ability to also work collaboratively in those types of files. So that's what I'm going to show you in this release. So let's take a look. So here I am in Flare Online and I'm logged in as myself and I'm on this projects page. And I have the ability to work with projects as I look at my permissions in my profile. I have all the permissions, including these for creating and editing files. And so I'm just going to close out of here. And as I look in here, there are lots of projects I've got. And let's say this project right here, Module 3, and I'm in there, and Lloyd Dobler also has permissions to work in there. So we might be working on this project at the same time, and we might be working on the same files. So I'm going to open this up, and I come up here to Workspace. Now over on the left, I'm going to expand project. So we're talking about these files for this release, the condition tag sets, targets, and variable sets. So conditions and variables are really common single sourcing features. Conditions, you create conditions and these kind of tags that you apply to your content so that you can exclude or exclude those things from outputs that you generate. Variables, similar, it's very small bits of content. I like to use variables for things like version numbers or a user guide title or the year, things that are going to change possibly or definitely. And you insert that in lots of places, but you control the definition in one place. And then, of course, targets, which are the engines for what generates your output. And so there are various settings in a target. And I could just quickly open each one of these and show you. So there's conditions, and there is targets, just the most important fields that you're going to need, the settings in there, and then variable sets like this. Okay, so I might be wanting to edit any of these, but other people might edit them at the same time. Now, these are less common to edit than a topic or a snippet. It's not like you're in here every day, all day, making changes in these. But because you're now able to work collaboratively, you're not going to be stepping on each other's toes like you were kind of at risk for doing before collaborative authoring. So I'm going to come in here to condition tag sets. And what I'm showing you is basically the same in targets and variable sets as well. The ability to work collaboratively. So I'm just going to show you in one of these and you'll get the idea for the others too. Now, I've already done another video on collaborative authoring, and I'm going to put a link to that in the YouTube description for this video, and you can go check that out where I get more into collaborative authoring, because there are things like this workspace area and then this workspace overview, which gets populated, and then there are indicators that pop up over here on the left. So I'm not going to redo all of that in this video. Go check out that video. So the same things I talk about there for those areas in collaborative authoring, they apply to these as well. So this is actually pretty simple here. So I'm here in this condition tag set editor, and let's say I want to make a change. I want to change the name of this condition from screen only. I don't like the name. So I come in here to edit, and maybe I'm going to change this to online only, and I save my changes. Great. Now, as soon as I do that, I get this commit field or button up here, which before I had to click edit first to start editing. Well, you don't have to do that. You can just start clicking and working away. And I don't even have to commit this before I go and I can work in other files. You can come back to it later if you want. And as soon as I did this, this workspace field starts changing and you see the indicators over here. All right, so I'm working away. Now, this other user, Lloyd Dobler, I'm going to log in as him over here on this other screen, on this monitor, and I am also working the same project. I'm in the same branch, master, and I want to also make changes, say, to the condition tag sets. So I'm in here on this other screen as Lloyd, and maybe I want to add a brand new condition tag set. So I just add it in here. And as soon as I do, you see, all right, it just appears right here. Somebody else is doing work in here. And who is? Well, look up here. There's Lloyd's avatar. He's working, and you can see his status, the three dots. He's actually actively working in this editor. And the workspace changes. All right, now instead of just me, it's two users. So he might actually also make a change to the same condition I was on. Notice that the color of this associated with online only is blue. Maybe he decides, oh, I want to make it green. For whatever reason, he just does. And so he's going to make that change. He saves it and it changes right there. So you're just working all at the same time. Now, I might decide, all right, I'm done with this. I'm done making my changes, but I don't want to commit because Lloyd's still working away. I'll let him do the committing, but what I can do is come up here and mark mine as ready to commit. So now I get this, my indicator changes to a check mark there. And that is a clue to Lloyd that it's okay if he wants to commit because I'm all done and he's the only other one working in here. And if there were other users, you'd see their avatars in here as well and see that indicated over here in this workspace section to the right. So Lloyd decides, all right, I'm done. So he goes in, he clicks commit, and he puts in a commit message and clicks commit. And once he does this, all right, this button now is disabled because the work has ended for now and these things have been committed to the repository, and I get this little message down here saying as much. The indicators go away. So it's just a much better way to work if you have multiple people. So with collaborative authoring, people are just able to work a lot more easily and seamlessly, not stepping on each other's toes, not experiencing conflicts. And so now we just expanded it to these other types of files. That's going to do it for this release. Thanks for watching. Talk to you next time.